What really happened at the big night out with Pat McAfee and friends? Let's start the day before the show even began. I want to say a big shout out to Chloe for securing these tickets because I sat there for 30 minutes on Ticketmaster, constantly refreshing, trying to get these tickets, and for whatever reason, you'd put them in your cart and Ticketmaster would say these tickets are no longer available. But Chloe stepped up, got the job done, found the tickets, and we made it to the show. Let's hop on over to PPG Paint's home of the Pittsburgh Penguins. We showed up about 45 minutes before the show was supposed to start, around 7:15, and oh my, the absolute crowd and turnout for the event was insane. I thought for sure they would have opened the doors by now. Like, I knew this was a sold out show, but man, I was not expecting this many people to be waiting in line. And I also did think the doors would already be open. However, they didn't open them till a little bit past 7:30. But you would have thought this was a Penguins playoff game with the amount of people waiting outside. With a total attendance of over 12,000 people, without anyone knowing the agenda for the night, all everyone knew was that the man himself, Pat McAfee, was gonna be there. So hey, let's give a round of applause, man. I mean, the community and everything definitely showed up, and it's all because of Pat. However, showtime did get pushed back by 30 minutes, so instead of starting at 8, it's now gonna start at 8:30, which is absolutely no problem. And they were clear, concise, and transparent, and communicated that the show would be pushed back 30 minutes just to allow everyone in the doors to be able to grab their food, their drinks, and to sit down. Because we've definitely been to a couple shows or events in the past where they don't communicate with you that it's going to be delayed.
Why?
They don't tell you how long you're going to be waiting.
Why?
Like, I remember one show we went to, we sat there for 2.5 hours, not knowing when the show was going to start. But that wasn't the case here. They let us know, and I really do appreciate that. It's the little things, just the communication, the transparency. Highly respect that. So the time has finally come, 8:30, it's showtime. The lights go out, the spotlight comes on, Pat rises from the center of the stage to the brand new Big Night Out intro song. I was really hoping the show would start with the usual, "Hey,
Why?
let's go," and then roll into the Big Night Out intro song, but that's not quite how it went. Maybe for round 2 next year. I just know that place would have exploded with everybody saying the intro all at the same time. It would have been so good. But I did like the Big Night Out intro song. I thought it was pretty good. After the intro, we talked a bit about coming back home to Pittsburgh. So for those of you who don't know, he is from the Plum area and took it all the way back, showing us some pictures of his childhood, his house, and just growing up in the area. Made a couple jokes about walking uphill both ways and how that's kind of a reality for some people here in Pittsburgh. But he really set the stage for the night, not giving away too much. Although the big question of the night everybody wanted answered, is Aaron Rodgers going to show up? Now, he shut that down very quickly, said he wasn't there, but we were still like, maybe he is, maybe he's joking. No, it was just nice to see the community of people, no matter who you are, who you're a fan of, where you're from, everybody was there all together in one place. Everyone was just there to have a good time. I mean, there was people there with sports jerseys from every team, every league, and it was just so nice to see. We met a couple people walking into PPG Paints before they opened the doors, and amazing people all around. And just an awesome thing to see and have that sort of community where everybody is there together, just trying to have a good time. But the stage has been set. About 20-25 minutes into the show, Pat asked the question, what is the greatest song performed during live sporting events? Being from Pennsylvania, you might think it's the chant from Penn State. Because Beaver Stadium actually holds more people than Acrisure Stadium for the Pittsburgh Steelers. With us being in Pittsburgh, there can only be one right answer. But this wasn't just a sing-along with the crowd. But Jelly Roll wasn't just there to perform.
Now, Jelly Roll, it's time for you to give money to somebody in this arena here. $100,000!
Cue the
random money maker.
Which we're told, if you're thinking this is a Plinko board, it's definitely not.
We can't call it Yeah.
Giving away to one person the first $100,000 of the night. The first puck starts to fall. It can be sweets, loges, don't know what that is, upper bowl or lower bowl. First puck of the night, you won't believe it. Upper bowl, we still have a chance, 100,000. Next up, random sections are generated from the entire upper bowl. We don't make the cut. But massive shout out to those people that won 100K. Absolutely insane.
Row C, section 205.
But now, at this point in the event, we've had a talk show.
Why?
We've had music.
Why?
We've had giveaways.
Why?
And now, we have wizardry? Oz the Mentalist makes an appearance picking out a random person in the crowd and asks them to think of a Pittsburgh Steeler, either past or present. And honestly doesn't give them much time to think, about maybe like 15 seconds, writes down a name on the board and accurately guessed Ryan Shazier. Oz does a 180, goes to the other side of the crowd, randomly looks at somebody, starts walking away, then stops, turns back around, looks at her again, and says, think of a celebration you've had, and accurately guesses her birthday in about 10 seconds. I also remember seeing a clip from Oz a couple years ago. If I can find it, I'll pop it up on screen now, but he was at the Seattle Seahawks facility and guessed and unlocked DK Metcalf's phone. But we can't let too much time pass. It's time for another giveaway. This time, Jey Uso from the WWE, which the WWE production team is also helping out with the big night out. I think they did a phenomenal job. But this time, the random McMoneymaker fell into the lower section. And not only did it fall into the lower section, someone in the floor seats won the 100,000, and the place just absolutely erupted with boos. Let's just say people weren't happy someone on the floor won the 100,000. But the night must go on, and how do you turn the crowd back to the good side? I mean, we're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, of course. It's a sumo wrestling match with professional Japanese sumo wrestlers, refereed by I don't think I've ever seen a sumo wrestler in person. They weighed over 550 pounds each and had a 10,000 calorie a day diet, which is absolutely absurd. And with Shane Gillis standing in between them to referee this match, you can say this man was stressed.
Very focused. I also saw Hiroki.
He even had a note card with the lines he was supposed to say in Japanese.
Somebody won, I was supposed to go, Shobu Ori.
Did you?
No, I f***ed it up every single time. I didn't get one of those. I was squatting down going, hey!
I don't know if he got one right. But how do you get Americans, especially from Pittsburgh, who've never seen sumo wrestling before, excited about the matchup? You make it a competition, red versus purple, worth $250,000 to one person.
Be the red side taking on the purple side. If your sumo wrestler wins, one person from this side or that side of the arena will win $250,000.
So if you're on the red side and your sumo wins, you have a chance at $250,000. If you're on the purple side and your sumo wins, you have a chance at $250,000. So let's introduce the competitors.
First, representing the red team, from Otahungai, Mongolia, standing at 6'4", weighing in at 540 pounds. Ichi!
Okay, Connor, tell us about Ichi.
Representing the purple team from Kobe, Japan, standing at 6'4", weighing in at 570 pounds. He is the heaviest sumo champion in the world, Hiroki!
But we also need some commentators for this fight, and who better than alongside WWE's Michael Cole. And the second Michael Cole brought up them hanging out at the Pittsburgh Pirates game,
Selling the team. Pirates. Whoa! Selling the team. Jesus. great
You should sell the
ballpark.
team. Get a real owner like Steve Cohen in New York.
Okay.
It's quite evident what the fans want. It's a best of 3 rounds with Ichi on the red side and Hiroki on the purple side, our side. It's time to start the matchup. The crowd is going absolutely insane at this point. But in the end, I learned that I don't understand sumo wrestling very well. I mean, about as much as Shane Gillis does.
Okay, Shane, are we ready?
Hold on. We gotta...
Come on, make some noise for your side here.
Come on, team! Yoko Yamashita!
They have no idea what you said.
Yeah, they got it.
Exactly! Katorigo Shitos!
They kept coming into the middle and then backing out. It was almost like trying to get an unfair advantage and catch your opponent off guard, because it wasn't Shane, the referee, telling them when to go or not. They kind of just mutually accepted when they were gonna go at each other. I, nor anyone else in the place, including Shane, you know, the guy standing between 2 500+ pound men, had no idea when they were gonna strike.
Let's call some sumo! Yeah! $250,000.
Nakata!
The frontal force out time!
But look at Hiroki shift his base of power.
We're at a stalemate early. A stalemate early, ladies and gentlemen.
Two
outside bell grips.
Look at the balance.
It was definitely entertaining nonetheless. In the end, Ichi did win out, and the red side had a chance at $250,000.
We got a stalemate. Ichi could be in trouble. Hiroki now. Ichi trying to force him out.
Got the inside hand!
Need some offense, Hiroki.
It's almost there.
Big push.
Hiroki fighting back.
Big push from Ichi! He's close!
Ichi's so close.
Big shout out to the Toxic Table and Michael Cole for their commentary, but you know, Boston Connor and Ty Schmidt couldn't leave the stage without making a statement.
See you guys later.
Sounds good.
Have a good night. Ladies and gentlemen, Boston Connor and Ty Schmidt.
Oh my God.
Let's get to the giveaway.
What do you think President Trump would say about this evening and the upper bowl potentially winning $250,000?
He would probably, he'd go, and we love the upper bowl, don't we? Look at them up there. Disgusting pigs.
Jeez.
And I have one more thing to say, and it's, here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Pittsburgh is going to the Super Bowl, and they are going to the Super Bowl. That'd be fun.
Here we go. Steelers. Here we go.
Yes.
Seat 9, row A, section 212. You just won $250,000.
But surely, after 2 hours, over $500,000 in giveaways, the night has to be over, right? Pat's just gonna talk and send us on our... Wiz Khalifa, I definitely saw coming out at some point of the night, but Snoop Dogg coming out as well, it does make sense since he's such a Pittsburgh sports fan, but I just was not expecting Snoop to be coming out. So we've had a talk show, not just a concert, but a mini music fest at this point, a sumo wrestling match, laughs, sing-alongs, so what better way to cap off the night than with a wager with the stars of Pittsburgh themselves. Let's start with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who is synonymous when thinking about the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Ladies and gentlemen, the longest tenured Pittsburgh Steeler of all time, two-time Super Bowl champ. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Ben Roethlisberger!
But for those who don't know, Big Ben is actually
From Ohio.
No. I'm a Yinzer.
So you know, Pat had to take a couple jabs at him for that, but Ben's response was perfect.
I know I kind of pretty much own that city as well, but no, this is it.
But Pittsburgh also has a baseball team with a player that some are saying is generational talent.
From the Pittsburgh Pirates, Paul Skeens.
We already know how the people of Pittsburgh feel about the Pirates, but surely they won't do it in front of Paul Skeens, right?
Oh, no. That's tough. That's tough.
Two of the best arms Pittsburgh has ever seen. But then when Paul Skeens is talking, he accidentally says this.
And you guys deserve to win. We deserve to win. You got a winner right up here. You got another winner coming out after me.
Whoa.
My bad.
Jesus Christ, Paul.
You had one job. Let's bring him out.
There's a team that calls this place home. The longest tenured teammates in the history of professional sports. From the Pittsburgh Penguins, Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and Chris Letang.
And Gino, being the man of many words.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Nailed it.
Now we have Big Ben, Paul Skeens, Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and Chris Letang all on the stage. That's a lot of athletic talent. So you might as well put it to use. Paul Skeens, Sidney Crosby, and Ben Roethlisberger are each going to get one throw to add $1 million to the pot. If all three make their throw, someone's walking out with $3 million. But where exactly are they going to be throwing the football?
Please drop the big night glory hole, please. $1 million a throw, 10 by 10 hoop.
Interesting target name, but Paul Skeens is up first. We know he has an arm in baseball, but can he throw a football? Not exactly what I was expecting for someone who gets paid to throw a ball for a living, but the crowd wants one more shot, this time for $500,000. However, when retrieving the football back, someone in the crowd almost got hit.
Oh shit, heads up.
Everyone was okay though, no worries. So round two, can Paul Skeens make the throw?
Oh fuck. All right, Paul.
Okay, maybe Sidney Crosby, someone who plays a sport that you don't need to throw a ball at all. Sid walks up to the line and absolutely
Good luck, Sidney.
nails the target.
Holy shit, man. Of course.
The guy's just an athlete. And both Malkin and Letang knew he was gonna make it.
He's just good at everything in life. He's just the perfect guy, you know.
Gino, did you expect that?
Yes.
Nailed it.
I mean, what does the guy do wrong? So now at this point, we have $1 million added to the pot with one throw left to go from Ben Roethlisberger. It's been a couple years since we've seen Ben throw, but we all know when the pressure's on, Ben can lay it in there. Better watch what I'm saying since we know the target's
Through the glory hole.
But Ben walks up, and to no surprise,
Oh no.
so now there's $2 million in the pot for one person to walk away with. Back to the random McMoneymaker. This time it's not Jelly Roll, it's not Jey Uso, it's not Shane Gillis, which was absolutely hilarious. Will it be the sweets, the loges, the upper, or the lower section? And sadly, for us, it falls in the lower. And not only does it fall in the lower, somebody in a Philadelphia Eagles Jalen Hurts jersey won the $2 million in Pittsburgh. Let's just say the crowd was not happy. The crowd was absolutely fuming, going crazy that somebody from Philadelphia, or at least a Philadelphia fan, won the $2 million. But while the crowd's booing, he starts crying. I mean, I would too. That's $2 million laid into your lap. You came into the night not thinking that at all. There's no way you would think that. That is insane. So happy for him that he won that. Hopefully he doesn't spend it all at one place. But what a day, what a night. what an event. Going in, wasn't sure what to expect at all, but I liked that it was a different show, different event than you were used to. It kind of had a little bit of everything and then some. It was just good times, good laughs. Even Chloe, who doesn't watch the show, enjoyed the event as well. And I will say, if you don't normally tune into the Pat McAfee show, there might be some inside jokes or some parts of the sing-alongs that you might not understand. But if you're someone who watches the show and they do the big night out again and you get the chance to go, highly recommend doing so. I think they did an amazing job. And the second one, if they do it, will be even better. It was also nice to see the community. When you're sitting down watching the Pat McAfee show, it's usually just you, maybe you and a friend. There was over 12,000 people there all together. It was just so nice to see that, and I can only imagine how Pat McAfee and his friends felt because all those people were there for them. Which also leads me to one area I think they can improve for next year, or whenever they want to do another one. When you're normally watching the Pat McAfee show, everyone's there together in the Pat McAfee crew. The big night out was more so focused around Pat McAfee and the special guests that came in. There was a chance for the rest of them to talk, but they were up in a suite just hanging out, just chilling. I would have liked to see them incorporated in the show a little bit more at some points, but that's not even a complaint. That's just an area where they could possibly improve. Maybe they didn't want to come out there, maybe they just wanted it to be all about Pat, I don't know. But speaking about the rest of the guys being up in the suites, when I was first on Ticketmaster to buy the tickets, the original seats I selected were in the box right next to them. So if Ticketmaster didn't screw me over, I would have been sitting next to them, well, in the next box over, the entire night. That would have been kind of cool. So thanks, Ticketmaster. I have to say, overall, I can't complain. I had a wonderful time. A big thank you to Pat McAfee and his friends for running the show every weekday, to the WWE for helping out with production. I think everything, to the laughs, the special guests, the sing-alongs, just everything was overall a really good time. But in the end, no Aaron Rodgers, so the question still stands, who is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback? But if there was a big night out too, will you be going? But as always, be a friend, tell a friend.
Something nice. It might change our life. We're in this thing together. Team on me. Team on three. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye.